Saturday. Wanted to take a look back. Got some emails from you guys looking at yesterday. As you guys know, I hardly trade Fridays. We did trade yesterday, but Fridays are just like the most wackiest day ever. And what I wanted to do was jump on here and just show you how the Maverick indicators, particularly the Maverick radar, but really the Maverick indicators as a whole, could have kept you on the right direction. So let's look at the open. I am on the NQ, or on the micro chart, but it doesn't really matter. And I have my Maverick radar set for the NQ, the ES, and the VIX. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this indicator, we're looking for A+ setups here, okay? And we love when these all align and they all say A, okay? A-okay. And you'll get this big giant sign up here that says all aligned, and it's this big alert and whatnot. The reason why we do NQ and ES, and you can do anything you can chart on NinjaTrader, sorry, not NinjaTrader. Our indicators are available on NinjaTrader and TradingView, but we're on TradingView right now. Anything you can pull up on a chart, whether it's Forex or crypto or stocks, you can pull into this indicator. You can do up to 3 symbols, and you can't really do more than 3 symbols because it's doing so much data crunching. We really pushed TradingView to its limits. So doesn't affect performance, but there's a certain coding kind of maximum that TradingView will allow you to do. So one of our setups is we like to have the NQ, the ES, and the VIX on here, and let me explain why. The NQ and the ES like to run together. If they're not running together, you got problems. You got indecision, and I wouldn't get in. So the NQ and the ES, they like to go in the same way. The VIX goes completely opposite of both of these guys. So what we like to look for is an A+ setup to one side on ES and NQ, and then the VIX to go the opposite. So you can see right at market open, I have this on replay mode, right at market open, market's about to open on Friday, you can see how the NQ is pointed to the downside and the VIX is pointed to the upside. But we have no grade on ES. Okay, so we just sit on our hands. How cool is it that you could have an indicator at the bottom left hand of your corner? And again, this is out on TradingView right now. We're about to release it on NinjaTrader in about 2 weeks. How cool is it that you can just sit back and wait for an A+ setup? Now, we have all our other indicators that what this indicator is doing is it's judging all the other things you're seeing on your screen, okay? But what it's doing is it's putting it into a nice, neat little checklist, and it's letting you know when all things check the box, all right? So real quick, before we hit play and we look at the market open, you have your Maverick AI Pro. It's coloring your candles to the data, not to price and direction. So hot pink is your strongest downside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Gray is indecision or reversal, okay? And then red is your second strongest downside candle. So you can see like just this movement, this is pre-market, but you can see you had a sell signal here, hot pink and red candles, boom, you get reversal candles, bright green, you take it back up, then you get a sell signal, tons of down confidence arrows, and you start getting pink again, you keep flushing down. I mean, huge move. Beautiful move, another huge move. So think of this like a heat map of the data we're seeing underneath the hood. Instead of price and direction, why wouldn't you want the data underneath the hood? All right, so we have the Maverick AI Pro. This blue line is the Maverick guide. We like to go short when we're below it, long when we're above it. Short when we're below it, long when we're above it. You get the sell signals here. This is the Maverick signals indicator. All of this is included in the lifetime bundle, which just means you make a one-time payment. So is in the Ultimate Edge bundle, you get the Maverick radar for like 60% off. It's insane. And then what else do we got here? We got all our confidence arrows. The background is who's in charge, the bears or the bulls. So right here, the bulls were in control. Right here, the bears were in control. It's going to look at, the Maverick radar is going to look at your Maverick Multi-X. So your Maverick Multi-X, instead of having 6 charts on your screen, why not have this nice, neat little box up here? In NinjaTrader, it's down here, but I hear you guys, we're working on programming it so it can get moved wherever you want it. So cool things to come there on the next update. And the Maverick Multi-X is, think of these algorithms as traders, 5 traders, and they're looking across 6 time frames. And they're voting every single tick in movement. Are they bearish or are they bullish on each one of these time frames? And right now, going into market open, all 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. But that can turn on a dime because the bell's about to ring, right? And then finally, our Maverick Trender, this line down here, you know how a stochastic or an RSI or you name any of these line indicators, they slowly come up and they fake you out and they go down and stuff. The Maverick Trender is either at the top or it's at the bottom. Very little faking out here. So you can see it grabbed this entire momentum movement to the upside. From here to here, it was a beautiful move. You can see the whole time it ran down here, it kept getting pegged to the top. We call these flat tops. And when it's pegged to the top, you're showing massive strength and momentum, and you'll get this big label down here. You can make as big as you want. It says a downtrend. See this whole thing? Totally caught this. This is also a scalper's dream, this indicator, and it comes free with the lifetime bundle. So what the Maverick Radar is doing is it's going to look at each one of these elements and give you a grade. It's going to look at your current chart. It's going to look at another symbol you have. So we have the NQ. Then we want to see the same thing from the ES. And then we want the exact opposite from the VIX. We're stacking probability in our favor. Okay. So last thing I'm going to tell you is on Fridays, we've noticed that we don't always wait for a setup. We've been taking B setup. So you either have no setup, which will just be a gray block. You'll have a B setup, which is, you want that because you want the heads up. You want the heads up that the trade is coming, like it's good, it's about to be good. And then you want a B setup because you want to know also when to get out, right? So let's just watch the market open. For my members here, just so you guys know, and I'll put it up on the screen here, my Maverick AI Pro settings. Please check that out. Because I know whenever I put out one of these videos, I get a bunch of emails. Hey, what are your settings? You know, and so I'll put up my settings right here, right now, when I edit this and put it up on YouTube. All right, cool. Let's go to the market open and let me explain all this. All right, super simple. This is how you have clear vision of your charts. Clear vision. So market opens, and you guys know I don't care what this says right now. We do not get in this first candle. This first candle is a monster. The first and second candle usually are monsters. Let's see what this one does. Okay, so we just stay out of the first 2 or 3 candles. So boom, here we go. You're starting to shape up. You got a B setup on your current chart. You have bright green candles, your strongest data upside candle. Bulls are starting to take over. You have a green background. Price is above the blue line. Remember, we like to go short when price is below the blue line, long when price is above it. Short when price is below the blue line, long when price is above it. Your Maverick Trender flipped. You have like one of these green tops here, and you have an uptrend label. And look, all 5 traders are now voting bullish on the 1 minute, the 2 minute time frame. Most of the 3 minute, and they're starting to turn on the 5. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but all 5 traders have a completely different trading style. This is how we maximize probability in our favor. If you got 5 traders in the room and they all had a completely different trading style, but they all agreed on direction, you got something there, right? Okay, let's check out the next bar. Okay, huge moves. By the way, you don't have to wait for a B setup. This is a Friday. Normally we wait for an A+ setup, but I'm okay with a B setup on Fridays because price action is a little weirder and we don't look for as long of moves on Fridays. Although we caught some really good ones yesterday. But you have bright green candles. Price is above the blue line. You have a bunch of up confidence arrows. Your Maverick Trender is pegged. And all 5 traders are voting bullish across the first 3 time frames and almost the first 4 time frames. Like I'd be in right here, but that's just me. Okay, boom. Now you got a B setup across the board, it is Friday. So let's go here. Let's say you didn't, here we go, boom. All right, and let's see where it goes. Okay, so now you just come in, oh wow, this is slow. Why is that so slow? Is my internet kind of messy? Okay, cool. So now we're taking it all the way up here. Let's say we got out right here. Let's say we got the, no, because somebody's gonna be like, nobody gets the top. And you're right, no one gets the top. Let's say you got out the close of there. Let's do the math, sorry. I wasn't prepared to do math, hold on. I'm still drinking my coffee here. Let's see here. 804, okay. 859, went a little bit more than that, but that's okay. Minus 859. Okay, so that won 55 points. 55 points. There's 4 ticks to a point. NQ pays you $5 a tick. So this sucker, this move right here, on one contract would be, no, that's not right. Would be right there. Boom. That's what this move to from here to here, and we got to make that money, baby. There we go. Boom. 1,100 bucks on one contract. If you just waited for the B setup, and really you just took it 2 minutes into the trade. That's pretty sweet right there. Sorry, I need a sip of my coffee. All right, cool. You guys see how early I get up during the week when we're trading. Sometimes I post trades at like, from trading at like 6:30 in the morning. So I'm a little rough on the weekends. This is my catch-up time. All right, so boom, already you're out. You made that. That's cool. Okay, but maybe you stayed in. All right, boom. Nice another move here. Okay, so now it's starting to like peak out. Now it's starting to come down. It's interesting that it stopped right there. I don't have to do the math again. But let's say you did get, let's say you got out the top of this candle because you started to come up and then you pushed up and you're like, we're doing higher lows, lower highs, sorry, lower highs. What would that be? Although I doubt, I mean, you'd have to be a pretty good trader to get that. I'm not saying you're not a good trader. I am just saying that you'd have to be pretty good. What is this? We'll call it 805. All right, so that's 72 points. So that's 1440. So that'd be 1440. 1440. But I mean, the odds of you going, like having the foresight and being like, getting out there, I don't know. You'd have to be quite the sniper trader. But hey, I will take this. I'll take 1,100 bucks all day long. All right, now you're starting to come down, right? So like definitely that's up to you if you hold on to this. But man, an explosive move on NQ off the open, if you start leveling out like this, I would probably get out because it doesn't hurt you to get out and just get back in, right? And just get back in. Okay? Oh, maybe it paid to hold on. You only had one candle of red. Holy smokes. So I guess, yeah, if you wanted to hold on, if you did hold on, sorry, for one extra minute, you would have taken this sucker up. The top, oh my gosh. Should we do the math on the top? I'll probably just get jealous if somebody says they got that. So let's just do it up to here. What's that, 908? So 908 minus, what did we say, 805? Yeah, we're calling it 805. Woo, 103 points. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is 2,060 bucks. So this sucker would have been 2,060 bucks. Now, here's the thing. You never lost your B plus. I don't think you did. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure you never lost your B setup, which is pretty wild. So if you did hold on to this, and you didn't get the tippy top because the tippy top was an extra 48 points. Jeez Louise, or 40-something points. That's insane. These are huge moves. But even if you just took it down to here, 2 Gs? Like, what? All right, let's see where it goes from here. Okay, so now you're leveling out. Now you're definitely leveling out. Like you start seeing stuff like this flat and you're just holding on. It's up to you though. That's trading style. That has nothing to do with our indicators. But you still have a B setup. Oh, now you're getting an A setup on the VIX, an A setup on NQ, and you're continuing your B setup on ES. That's pretty interesting. Oh, this thing's going to keep going? Okay. Let's see. All right, so now you're still flattening out. So let's say you got out here because you're flattening out. What is that? 936, 805, I think we were going off of, right? 936, 805, 131 points. 2620. Jeez Louise. 26 on a Friday. That's insane. So this looks pretty good, but I'm weary. It's a Friday. Look at your Maverick trender has been pegged the entire time. Bulls have been in control the entire time. Bright green candles. How cool is this? Like we were talking about this retracing. This would have been a red candle. This would have been a, oh no, this would have been a green candle. This would have been a red candle. So as people are getting a red candle and they're getting shaken out, you're like, well, I still have bright green on the inside, which is showing you the data underneath the hood. By the way, I totally missed it. We got a buy signal right here. I didn't even see that. So we got a beautiful buy signal right here. That's pretty cool. But it's leveling out now. Let's see. Oh yeah, now you're gonna, yeah, I figured you get some sort of, all right, so you lost your signal. So you're coming back down to that 2000 mark. So even if you didn't get the tippy top, which nobody gets the tippy top, but that would have been probably a, you know, I bet you'd probably clear almost 3K right there. But let's say it came back down, you got spooked, you said, nope, I'm taking my profits. 2 G's. I mean, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And then it's probably gonna, yeah, see, so now you're gonna, nothing goes forever, right? So now you're coming down, you got out, you took your 2 G's. Let's see all the way to, let's just go to, where are we at? We're at 956. Let's go to like 10 o'clock or something. Okay, so now you got a buy signal. Your bet, oh, all aligned, A plus setup. What the world? Okay, so let's see, you got in right here. Oh, I'm not doing a good job of, there we go. An A plus setup here. Whoa! Okay, A plus setup on a Friday. We'll take it. Holy mackerello. So what's from here to here? 24,910. Where'd you take it up to? 24,990 if you got out. 991. So that's 81 points. So that's 1620 right there. Woo, doggy. That's oops, I didn't want to do all that. 1620. Jeez. Man, it went like really high. A plus setup, you got a buy signal. Everything's firing. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. Maverick trender is completely pegged. VIX is an A plus setup to the downside. ES and NQ are A plus setup to the upside. Holy mackerel. And you got bright green candles. Sheesh. Where am I at here? Okay, so now you're starting to level out, but man, here's another opportunity to get out right here and probably bring this sucker to 2 G's. All right, so now you're like, you're starting to lose it. You lost your A plus setup. Hopefully you would have gotten out. So even if you just got, sorry, I made a mess here, but even if you just got, what do we say, 20, so even if you just got this guy, boom, on the first trade, and then you got this guy on the second trade, right? So what's your grand total here, even on just these 2 trades? What is that? 2060, 1620, 38, 36, 80. Holy smokes. And that's if we didn't get these tippy top, like that's if we're ignoring all of these like huge moves up to the upside. 36.80, all before 10:03 in the morning. Pretty sweet. And then probably you're just gonna stay flat. Yeah, so you lost your grading, so you would have gotten out there. So this is pretty badass, pretty awesome. So this is clear vision, folks. Look at this market open. This is clear vision. Bright green candles. If you see bright green, it might just fly off your screen. If you see hot pink, it just might, oh, there we go. This is pre-market though. But if you see pink, it will most likely sink. But this is how you have clear vision. Market opens, boom, above the blue line, bright green candles, bulls are in control. You had a B setup all the way through this first move. You had an A plus setup for the second move, and you just followed the grading. Maverick trender completely pegged this entire time. You lost your Maverick trender here, started firing back up, giving you a heads up, and then boom, started firing right here. You had a buy signal here. You had a buy signal here. I mean, to me, and I'm sorry, outside of my drawings and the numbers, this is clear vision, folks. This is clear vision off the open. I mean, you lose your A grade or your B grade here because it's a Friday, so we're okay with B grades. And you got out, you went sideways, you got a buy signal, you got an A plus grade to the upside again, and boom, we got like a healthy trade that I think it's pretty fair to say that we didn't count I mean, we're not even saying, oh, you got in here or you got out here. And no, we really gave the benefit of the doubt of getting out way after many of you guys probably would have. So I'm feeling pretty confident about this number. That's pretty awesome. So this is clear vision. Buy signal, bright green candles, gray sideways chop candles, bulls in control, Maverick trender. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. Unbelievable. This is clear vision. This is edge in the market. If you are interested, if you have not already, come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. If you want clear vision on your charts, we show you how to use these indicators. And to me, this is edge. This is why I absolutely love trading every single day. Again, not financial advice, do your own research, but come check us out. If you want A grade setups or B on a Friday, right? Because Fridays are wacky. But if you want to know for sure that you're getting an A plus setup before you jump in or get out of the trade when you lose your A plus setup or your B setup, come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.